Welcome back, folks. I have some very juicy updates for you today, so thank you so much for tuning in again. This is how we left the Bitcoin chart a couple days ago, and this is BTC/USD on the 2 hour, and I gave you 2 shorts, 3 longs. Well, guess what? 2 of our trades got hit and got activated. The first one was a short from the naked point of control. We had one tap, another tap, and then we went lower. So congratulations if you took the trade. And the second trade was a long from a SFP and high volume node level. So that was a sweep of these lows right here, and we had high volume level of high volume node. Excuse me, maybe you remember that from the previous video. I said most likely that is going to give a bounce. Now I have to be honest, the wick to the downside was a little bit deeper than expected, but a good buyback nonetheless. I did not take this trade because I was already asleep, but when I looked at the chart and I saw the volume and the buyback, it actually looks pretty good. So both these trades we can take out. Congratulations if you took them. I really hope that you took some profit. And then we still have 3 trades left. An S&P from the absolute high, that is still valid in my opinion. S&P from the absolute low is also still valid. And then we have a long from that very juicy level. That is the daily level, naked weekly point of control, another daily level golden pocket, and also here high volume node. So this actually is super nice at and around 55 to 54k. I do have to say that I slowly but surely see more people looking at this level. Then usually it becomes a little bit less juicy, but this is for now still my most favorite trade. So around that 54 to 55k, that could be a very good trade. For the current price action, I have to say I'm a little bit in the middle, a little bit ambiguous, because we have mixed signs. Looks like we are now bouncing off that local very area high, so we could maybe see lower levels. That is a little bit confirmed in 2 big time frames. The daily, yesterday we got a red dot that got confirmed, and also the money flow is lower, momentum wave is lower, RSIs are pointing lower, so it looks like we're getting more downside action. On the 12 hour, same kind of story, everything is pointing down, so that looks good for more downside. However, if I then go to the 1 hour and then zooming in on the current price action, then you can see that we have bullish divergences on multiple time frames, not only on the 1 hour. Momentum wave here is making higher lows, even on multiple draws that I take, like this or even this. And then you can say, okay, this is a absolute confirmed bullish divergence. We can expect higher prices. We also bounce off a key level. Even if I just go to the 30-minute, or pretty much everything underneath the 1 hour, it all has these very bullish signs. So that actually just looks very good. I also see money flow coming in, but then like I said, the bigger time frames are a little bit conflicting. That being said, it is also August right now. We're right in the middle of the month. Usually if you look at historical data, August is a relatively bad month, low volume, a lot of people are on holiday. So we also see, if we then zoom out on the daily, except for the big dump that we had, that now in the last couple of days, the movement from the absolute top to the bottom has just been relatively low. That is interesting, because if we compare this to the S&P 500 and Nasdaq, then I still see on a daily basis that they are moving from the top to the bottom above the long-term average, and also above the long-term average in the month of August. So if you want to see more price action, then you should probably be moving for a little bit to the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. At least that is something that I've been trading a lot. For now, we cannot deny that the market structure is still bearish. We have our high right here, we have our low slightly front running these 2 lows, and then we have a lower high, lower low, probably lower high, and then maybe again a lower low. Now, would I take a trade right here? No, I need to see some more confirmation. That high for me still stands, and these 2 long trades still stand. There is one long trade that I would like to add, and that is a long from the S&P from yesterday. Not really my favorite trade. There are 2 reasons why I might be looking at it, and that is because we took this low after New York close, and usually if you want to take a trade, they have a higher conviction or a better success rate during the New York trading hours, and this happened right after. So yeah, I'm not so happy with that. So sometimes we then come back to still complete that drop to the downside. However, like I said, I have my very juicy preferred level 55, 54. So therefore this trade here from that low, that could be a little bit tricky, because we might just go lower to hit all of these levels, the daily, naked, weekly, etc., to then eventually go higher. So be careful with it. If we get a good bounce and a good buyback right away, then I might be very much inclined to take a long trade to the upside. And then of course the target is at least the current high that we're making right now. So that will be then approximately 58, but I will try to hold it, because if you know me, then I like to look at liquidity, and we're doing one of these where we have a high, slide lower, 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 and eventually once you done get into a long trade, it is a boom, a very big and fast move to the upside. So for now, actually it looks good. I prefer a little bit deeper, a little bit lower, and then from there on I will try to take as many longs as I can and just try to hold them open. Would we also lose this level right here, then I'm just really looking at the absolute lows here at 49k and even lower. But for now this looks good. I would not short here. This is just not such a juicy level. You could try, but the thing is, if you do it, yes, we're hitting the golden pocket and the value area high, you need to cover quite a lot, 2.5% ish. For me personally, for my taste, it's too big. I wouldn't do it, but if you use a small position size and low leverage, you could give it a try. Market structure is still in your favor. Like I said, not my kind of trade, but you could give it a try. You need to put your stop loss above these highs right here. Then I also quickly want to move to ETH. That is also an update that I gave you earlier this week. Actually, not a whole lot has changed. We have that daily level that got hit. We still have a naked weekly point control around that golden pocket. I actually still need to remove this a little bit like this. Then you can see that this comes a little bit higher. So actually I also need to change this. This still could be a trade, but of course we did not sweep the lows yesterday, as you can see, so therefore also no trigger on a long trade. Matter of fact, having these lows so close to each other, so then I'm talking about this and this, usually is a reason to go lower. So therefore this trade actually then gets better than it already was, because we have a reason to go lower. And also here, of course, market structure is down. We have a higher high, and then we have a lower low, because it's lower than this low, lower high, lower low. So this actually would now be a very nice trade. First, treat it as a scalp, take some profit. If market structure stays bearish, you get stopped out, but at least you were able to take some profit, and then we just try again from here. And eventually you will see that we shift market structure, and then it's off to the races. So I'm very bullish on ETH, but I will always apply risk management on every trade. It doesn't mean ham hock, hold it, even goes into the red, keep holding it. No, every trade has a stop loss, has an invalidation, but the chances for ETH to eventually run up in the next couple of weeks are increasing and are getting higher, because it's just lagging compared to BTC, and everything is always in balance. So eventually I think this will pick up, and then you can see major moves, and then you already want to be positioned on a long trade. So again, for now I'm not in any ETH trade. These are the three major longs that I'm still looking at. Any shorts, not really. I'm not really keen on that. Maybe if we completely take out the high and then dump it right away again, then you have a short from the absolute top. But for now, I don't really see that happen. It will also really depend on what BTC is going to do, because usually ETH is just following BTC. So that is the most important thing. I will, again, update you on Twitter if I take any trades, if you want to follow me, you can also do that on Instagram. Both of those links you find in the description. And if you're down there anyways, please guys, do me a favor by liking, subscribing, clicking on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share this video with your friends that you think that's useful, and see you guys very soon again in the next one. Bye bye.